Today we have with us the most anticipated phone of 2013 so far, the Samsung Galaxy S4. Now during its international launch, we touched upon a lot of specifications of this phone. But the S4 is not just about specifications but a lot of features that it brings to the table as well. So today we'll deviate from our usual format of reviews and bring to you the top 3 things that go for the S4 and the top 3 that go against it. The first big thing that goes in favor of the Galaxy S4 is its screen. And I don't say that because it's a Full HD display, which I personally think is a gimmick, because on a 5-inch screen, a 720p resolution or a 1080p resolution cannot be differentiated by the human eye. But the AMOLED screen that Samsung have used here is truly excellent. Be it the color reproduction or the contrast or the overall picture quality, it's right up there. Along with that, it also allows you to choose the screen mode from photo, movie, standard and dynamic. I would ideally recommend the standard mode because the colors look a lot natural in that. However, if you're fond of exaggerated hues, then dynamic is the option for you. As far as the touch sensitivity goes, at this level, you expect it to be perfect, and it is no different here. The second thing that goes in favor of the S4 is its 13 megapixel camera, and it's not just about the jump from 8 megapixels to 13 megapixels, but the way those pixels have been used. And in this case, the resultant image quality is very good. The images contain plenty of detail, and even the colors look quite natural and not oversaturated. In addition to that, the phone offers a lot of camera tweaks like dual shot, drama shot, eraser, etc. Now, some of these features are truly cool and some are just gimmicks. However, a lot of them have been borrowed or lifted, whichever way you like it, from the BlackBerry Z10, HTC One and also the Nokia Lumia series. And last but not the least, the hardware. Yes, I'm talking about the octa-core processor. Now globally, this phone comes with different set of hardware for different regions. In India, it does come with the octa-core processor. Now this is a smart implementation of 8 cores. However, we can't call it a true octa-core processor simply because not all 8 cores are being used at the same time. Having said that, it does translate into great performance because every single benchmark that we ran on this device, the S4 came on top, thus making it the most powerful smartphone around. Now despite its great hardware, there is still a noticeable lag in a couple of basic functionalities of this device, and that brings me to the cons. Now basic things like contact list still takes about 2 seconds to load. Also, the accelerometer is quite sluggish, so if you just turn the phone around, it takes about 2 to 3 seconds for the orientation to change. Now that is not something that you expect from a premium device or something that you can ignore. The second issue I have with the S4 is its design. I'm not saying that it looks bad, but it looks exactly like its predecessors. Now see for yourself. Now I have a S3 in one hand and S4 in another. Spot the difference. The third gripe about this device is that it's not ideal for single-handed operation. Now that's not a complaint specific to the S4 but most phones with 5-inch screens. As I mentioned at the start, the Galaxy S4 is not just about specifications but also about some cool features that it brings to the table. Now you may call it cool or you may call it gimmicky, but there are some interesting features like Air View, Smart Scroll, etc. that we've captured in a separate video, and I would ask you to take a look at that after you're done with this. The Samsung Galaxy S4 can be purchased in India for around 40,000 rupees. Now at that price, you get some great hardware, some cool features and a spectacular screen. However, the competition is not too far behind at that price point. You have the option of HTC One that brings a lot of sturdiness and good looks to the device along with good performance as well. Or you have the Xperia Z from Sony that is dustproof and waterproof. But of course, the screens in either of the devices is not as good as the S4. Another alternative is the Samsung Galaxy S3, which is now available for 28,000 rupees. Now at that price point, it offers most of the features that the S4 offers. Of course, the hardware is not as impressive on paper, but still gets the job done pretty well. Also, if you're looking for flaunt value, your friends are not really going to differentiate whether you're holding the S3 or the S4. All said and done, after weighing all its pros and cons, we would give the Samsung Galaxy S4 3.5 out of 5 stars.
For more details, log on to TechTree.com.